Maybe you've heard the news. Bright Futures for Youth co-founder Jennifer Stinger is stepping down and moving on. Well, for us, it's really easy because we are in the same building, so we asked Jennifer to come on down and tell us. Jennifer, hi.
Hi, Pascal.
What are you doing?
Well, after 32 years, I am stepping down. I am kind of looking forward to the next chapter of my life. I've been doing this work since I was 19 years old and really excited about the friendship club that we started 30 years ago, but also what we've been able to do in the last 6 years by creating Bright Futures for Youth. And I've been excited to bring this to the community, to involve the community, and I'm excited that we have excellent leadership in place and that I feel like it's my time to step back, support the organization from a little bit more of a distance, and watch the new leadership kind of take it to the next level.
But speaking of all this, I mean, it really started with what? It was two people.
It was three people. It was a kitchen table. It was the classic story. So Mary Collier ran the Pell program in the Nevada City School District. She saw that these young girls who were leaving that program really wanted connection and support, and they asked for it. And she said, "Sure, let's hang out a little bit more. Let's do a little summer program, and we'll get these girls together." She invited myself and Amanda Chavez, who was also a volunteer in that program in high school, to come and spend some summer days with some kiddos. And so we did that for a couple of summers and realized that we were really onto something, that these young girls needed support. They needed to connect with each other. They needed dynamic role models in their lives. They needed to see a future that was beyond their circumstance that they had necessarily were dealing with. And we decided to make a go of it. I graduated college. I came back for a couple of years. My intention was to be here for a couple of years while we launched the Friendship Club. And, things just kept moving, and girls kept needing services, and more of them kept coming. And I found myself kind of asking myself, where else would I go? This is my community. These are the kids in our community that I wanted to help and serve. And the community really just kind of came on board that in a way that I don't think any of us could have expected. And it's just been a beautiful journey of creation and support for young women, primarily for those 20 years. And so that is not something I think any of us expected when we first started it. It's like, oh, it's a little thing, it'll be cute and great. And the more the kids came and the more they experienced, was very clear how important this was to our community. Then, with the idea of starting a homeless program in 2018 and then merging with NEO in 2020, all of that really spoke to the need for our community to have more resources for kiddos in our community. Friendship Club was a relatively small population of girls that we served. And so I've been really proud to be able to expand those services to youth, to be more inclusive, and to really think about all the ways that we can help our young people in our community from, preteen all the way up through transition age youth, 25-year-olds, and the support that they continue to need as they navigate this kind of crazy world.
Talk a little bit about NEO because, I mean, it has grown so much.
So NEO was started, of course, by Hallie Ellis Edwards and Lynn Scrutier, and they started that in 2008 as an opportunity, primarily events to get kids out and having positive things to do, very music focused and kind of out there. And they always had the dream to create the youth center, and they were able to do that in 2015. They opened the youth center and were able to run that for 5 years until COVID really came and kind of shut all of us down. And so it was in that time that we had an opportunity to be quiet, to kind of sit with ourselves and start talking about where did we share values, where did we really want many of the similar things for kids in our community. They had more youth coming to them that had deeper needs than they were able to address in those moments. And we had seen an increase also in Friendship Club referrals. And so we knew our community had changed and needed more supports. And so we felt that we could do better together. rather than kind of this youth organization and this, and we're slightly different, but this is kind of the same. Didn't it make sense for all of us to be under one roof, to be sending a clear and concise message to the community about youth supports, and to be able to kind of leverage each other's strengths, really, and be able to raise the dollars we need to in our community to make it possible.
And speaking of raising dollars, I mean, you did an amazing job with running these campaigns, and actually the community, of course, always responds. I mean, this community is amazing in that way. When there's a need, they step up, and so
they do. And I mean, I want to say I feel very lucky. I mean, since I was 19 years old, I've been surrounded by people who want to make the community a better place through their service or through their philanthropy. And I've been so proud and to bring people together who might not have known there were so many challenges for young people in our community, because they go about their lives, their kids are raised, their grandchildren may not even live here, and so for them to understand the challenges that some of our kids face in our community was, I think, a big eye-opener, and really, I hope, started deeper conversations about what kids need in our community. So many youth programs are sort of silent or hidden. They have to be anonymous and quiet, and all of those things I understand, but it really did a disservice for those people not being able to see young people and really hear from them and what they needed. And so I'm hopeful that we've opened those doors and that there's more dialogue going on between the youth in our community and the people who make decisions.
And speaking of the people who make decisions and who will lead, your successor at Bright Futures.
Mm-hmm. So Sienna Crawford will be named Executive Director January 1st. The Board of Directors, of course, made that decision. She joined our organization about 4 years ago, just about 4 years ago, to help us with the capital campaign for the Youth Center. And she has come on building amazing relationships, building systems in our development department. I'm kind of like, bat out of hell, just like, we're doing it. And she brings a great sense of discipline and systems, and she's been able to really kind of put some of that into place, which is really important for the sustainability and longevity of an organization.
I mean, you haven't done it's you've done it what? I noticed you said 20 years. Actually, isn't it more than like 30 years now?
Yeah, so the pilot program for Friendship Club was in 1995. So this is my 32nd summer. It is my 22nd year as executive director. And Sienna is amazing because she not only brings that discipline and that strength to her work, but she's also just a lovely human. And she's made wonderful connections with our staff, with our donors, with our girls. She got to go to camp last week, and that was really, she texted back what a heartwarming experience that was, to be able to be in their camp with them, because you don't get to always do that as executive director anymore, and it's really important to stay in touch with those kids and what they're dealing with on a daily basis.
Speaking of staying in touch, what's next for you?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to continue to stay involved with Bright Futures as a consultant as they need me. I'm on speed dial, of course, but also doing team development and kind of professional development with the leadership team as well. That is really one of the things I love the most to do, is work on people and their development capacity, their leadership. And I'm excited to get back into doing more of that. I've certainly done it with our team, but this will be a little bit more concentrated and specific. So I'm excited about that. I'm also excited to explore doing some coaching and consulting with nonprofits and business and maybe even government in our community with a few different things. So I'm working on it.
You're going to keep busy. I mean, yeah, knowing you will keep very busy.
Yes.
And what's next coming up for Bright Futures? Anything where the community can get involved? Any party?
Well, there will be all of those things. So First of all, we're in the midst of summer, so it is a crazy, wonderful time of camps and clinics. The Youth Center opens today for the month of July. I will say that we have more kids coming than ever. When we were wrapping up the school year, we were having about 90 kids coming to the Youth Center, which is a huge increase and very exciting and very exciting, as you can imagine. So we are talking to people about continuing to support our summer programs. We're feeding them more than ever. We're doing more than ever. So getting involved right now as a summer donor is amazing. You could check us out, bffyouth.org. And then we'll kind of quiet after summer for a little bit and then jump into the school year. There will be some kind of a celebration early November, so we can look to that. And then we'll have our annual holiday reception on December 7th, where we'll be kind of officially introducing Sienna to the community.
Great. And just to be clear, Neo, any kid can show up.
For Neo, any kid can show up. Yep. Going into 6th grade, so 6th grade or 6th through 12th grade. Any kid can come and have fun. There's music and art and backyard and lots of food and lots of fun. If you are someone familiar with Friendship Club, that is more of a referral based by teachers and counselors in the community. And then our SAFE program for homeless youth, of course, is referral based, but a lot of word of mouth. A lot of those kids come to us via their friends that are in similar situations. And so, again, kind of a pride point, I would say, is the SAFE program and being able to serve over 500 youth experiencing homelessness in a short 5 years. And so I'm proud that we were able to get that launched and excited for what that's going to bring into our community in the future.
Well, that's great. Thanks so much for coming, Jen. And you heard it here first. Jan Singer may be stepping down, but definitely not slowing down. With that, back to the rest of the news.